And here's another letter to Daniel. Dear Daniel, I heard about the blood clots in your lungs from Sandra when I phoned today, and of course I was concerned, and I hope you're getting better and that you're receiving adequate medical treatment. Sing high, clear notes without fear like Georgia O'Keeffe, and while you're at it, float out of the hospital window, high up into the sky, toward an enormous purple orchid beyond the clouds, hovering like a helium balloon. A purple orchid with an aromatic center in subtle shades of milk, egg yolk, and pearl that changes into a burgundy color orchid when you enter it. Then you will pass down a wet corridor into a room in which musicians wearing loose tunics and trousers in hues that match the external orchid petals pass the time on tambourine, flute, and drums while concealing their faces behind masks of cloth covered in patterns of vines, stars, and stylized peacocks and lions. You will remain with them, unsure of their race or gender, since even their hands are concealed in velvet gloves the color of silk and fire and cat's eyes. Then a giant silver basin will suddenly appear, filled with water sweet and fresh from both the Himalayas and the glaciers of Antarctica and New Guinea. You will be submerged gently by two of these musicians. A woman with long copper hair, bare clothes, like a sky without clouds, will dance before you while waving a human skull with its hair still attached, and the teeth of the skull will spread the smell of sandalwood, permeating the room, and everyone will bow their heads and silently bless you, and you will be miraculously cured, and then you will change into a panther with the wings of a swan, and rush off into the air, roaring and spraying fire and embers from your mouth on the lands below you, causing crops to be nourished and the soil to be replenished, and vast temples made of marble to be erected in your honor, with courtyards containing fountains that shed tears into the rippling silver mirror of the pregnant moon, while more and more giant orchids appear in the air everywhere. Talk to you soon. So I sign myself, your friend hidden in a thimble in a pumpkin patch, Eric. Do I have time for one more? Okay. Dear Daniel, I haven't heard your voice in quite a while. I thought I caught a breath of it in the lightning storms and rising ominous slate-gray oceans, and in the volcanoes that appeared out of the sky, pouring hot, steaming, star-bright crimson magma on the teeming freeways, shopping malls, and smog-venomed suburbs, crawling with buses, bicycles, and automobiles as people rushed to escape their own magnified, anxious reflections on all the billboards and cinema screens, and also in the wind as it murmured in my ear, and in the salmon coral apricot clouds that smiled at me through the branches of the trees, heavy with the sweet cherry-odored light of spring. But I was wrong. A woman told me she loved me and vanished like mist rising from a rippling lake, but her invisible hands continued to caress me even as I slept through countless centuries of transformation, as cities themselves took on the qualities of snakes, butterflies, and termite colonies seen from a distance. I know your life has been pretty uneventful by comparison, except when you took a stroll to the grocery store to pick up a bag of green onion potato chips and an energy drink, and a small crack in the sidewalk grew so wide and deep that it resembled the Marianas Trench drained of water, although fanged mysterious fish still flew about in the shadowy chasms anyway, and you grew the wings of an angel and joined them, cooing like a dove, while the breasts of an enormous woman with skin the shade of dusky cinnamon shy rained heavenly milk on all the mountains and valleys of the earth, washing away the factories and toxic wastes. So call me sometime. So I sign myself, your luminous peacock feather taller than the Eiffel Tower, Eric. Thank you.